Hello everyone, today we are going to talk about homemade products and devices. Some of them just least pleased their investors, while others were able to make their lives much easier. It's not a big secret that many modern devices were once just the first homemade inventions. So, it's highly possible that several mechanisms from our today's video will become massively demanded in just a couple of years. And people will ask themselves, how could we live without it? Watch closely, I'm sure you will have something to be surprised of. In fact, you can even use some of these ideas. Why not? Especially if the product is worthwhile. Laziness is truly the engine of progress. Can you imagine the exact plan of the author? Just one hit to cut it into 6 parts. What a really worthy invention. Here's another hard-working person. Without such a homemade installation, it is physically impossible to get similar results. Just look at this machine. It doesn't only offer the highest speed possible, but also creates similar products. And now, let's see what can come out of the following combination: a children's bike and a regular drill. What an unexpected result, isn't it? And this guy has an even more unexpected device. He managed to carry the bags in such a way that they remained intact and unpacked. We can't say the same thing about hay, which is disposed of at lightning speed in this miracle stove. However, a spinning element turns out to be useful, not only to burn something down, but also to quickly pack a Christmas tree for the holidays. And while the holidays are still far away and the vegetable garden season is ahead, then everyone should take note of this device. It works quickly and efficiently. Similarly to the approach of its outstanding inventor, what a right approach! Why waste your energy if you can spend your resources more expediently? For example, you can make such a flying device for a child, and most importantly, it's uncomplicated and you need a minimum of details. And I am sure that there is no second device like this. It's a handmade gadget, so it has to surprise you with its uniqueness. In any case, the main thing is that the homemade device works as intended, while its presentability goes to the background. Sometimes investors have to get out of the situation and design the necessary tool literally from what they have. Some of them start to improve their inventions, bringing it through new generations. And this guy is undoubtedly grateful to his father. He spent only a couple of minutes on harvesting. And in this case, personally, I have questions about the expediency of using a drone in such a strange way. Maybe it would be useful for something else? It was also possible to find a way to spray the paint so that the girl did not have to puzzle over how to get to the ceiling. And at this time, the guy was so tired of carrying things from the car and back that he decided to urgently automate the entire process. And he's not the only one. Workers of this flower shop also decided not to overload their employees, but to delegate the trimming of bushes to a funny device. However, these people decided to build a much more intricate device on the roof of an ordinary car. This car can have a tour with the local circus. And this car with a swing is quite suitable as its partner. Look at the astonishing result of the owner's work. Unlike the previous case, everything is thought out to the smallest detail here. It could be seen that everything was done with knowledge on the matter. This all-terrain vehicle, in my opinion, is worthy of mass production. I have no doubt about its popularity in the mass market. When you see such a beauty, you understand the level of trepidation and love of a person who created it, thus making their dreams come true. In this case, we are not talking about a dream, but also a curious invention that saves a little time in the morning. As a result, they have more time left to create such a masterpiece. However, initially, it was also necessary to find tools for this. And it seems that everything started like this. Then the expert got a little carried away. Well, you've already seen the result. And here we have a gadget that will not leave indifferent lovers of cleanliness and order. In this case, everything is simple, like in case with any ingenious invention. This device is also exceptionally simple, but it was still necessary to come up with such an idea. As in the case of this mousetrap, take a look at this friendly device that caught the animal and did no harm. And now, let's move to the portable fence from the portable mousetrap. How do you like it? And this one? And in this case, one broken thing turns into a key part for a new mechanism. While here, new mechanisms are used for other purposes, but the result seems to be fair enough. And here we can see the results of a combination of laziness and rational distribution of physical labor. You need to assemble the watering system once, and you can be free all day. Well, these guys decided to use some sort of physics, and as a result, they do their job quickly and efficiently. Right next to them, guys replaced the magnet with suction cups, but the main thing is that it works. What a great way to solve problems effectively and ruthlessly coping with everything. And why wouldn't you like to feel like a hero of an almost fantastic movie? Moreover, not everyone can make such a flying machine at home. And this one is not so fantastic. It's quite down to earth. However, one will need much more time to install it than to operate it. But if a person combines a creative nature and inventive impulses, they will create something like this. It seems to be a scooter, and it seems that Futurama has come out into reality. But sometimes you still have to spend brilliant ideas on creating ordinary, everyday gadgets. After all, the corn will not clean itself, and the harvest will not water itself. Even though the design looks ridiculous, but its efficiency solves a lot of issues. By the way, a few words about efficiency. Why would they want to collect any plastic junk in the house if after a little reflection, the owner has designed a quick solution to the problem? And here, people are concerned about the issue of cleanliness so much that they had to use the skills of Spider-Man. This guy also became a little closer to the future when he upgraded his bike to the level of almost an electric car. In general, work efficiency is always about ingenuity, not the number of working hours. Do you agree? After all, it is much more efficient to move on a so-called all-terrain vehicle. You can move by both water and air. Fast, convenient, modern, and brilliant. And if we forget about speed, then the main thing is to work comfortably and in good company. By doing so, you make sure that the time passes faster. Especially if after work you still need to paint the walls at home. In such situations, you can't live without resourcefulness. If you are also paid based on the results of work, then motivation works wonders. All preparatory work takes place instantly. Therefore, you will have both time and energy for your soul. When you have some free time, you can craft a Thor hammer. How can you live without it? And if you get completely carried away without looking at the clock, it may well turn out that the transformer is already ready for use. And then you can go to a new level. Tesla is quite suitable as a reference of another homemade device. And if you don't like Musk's ideas, you can build your own tank. It will come in handy on the farm. And if there are any extra details left, then you can even create a hoverboard in Porsche style. Well, or at least a turbo motorcycle. In this case, everything depends on what is more interesting for you. This guy wanted to make wheels looking like a hedgehog. It can't be used on the highway, but it's a great option for the snow. Do not forget to put such devices in your toolbox. I don't know when, but they will definitely come in handy for something. And now I want you to pay attention to such insignificant but enormously important elements. And why did the manufacturer not provide this in the basic configuration? Such life hacks really make the entire work process more comfortable. It is so comfortable that it is no longer possible to call it work. In this case, everything has already been modernized many times. And here, it's a true pleasure to work. After all, you do not need to constantly be distracted and change tools. The main thing is to make a little effort, while combining it with ingenuity and creative impulse. By doing so, you will definitely create something worthy.